Hello and welcome along to episode 4 of this Northern Irish FM20 story from Cliftonville with me, Daniel. We're back today to face Crusaders and work our way through transfer deadline day. There's not much left in the kitty, but we're trying to sneak some deals over the line. And we've got a big game against one of the 3 professional sides in the Irish Premiership. It started well for us. We had a good run in Europe. We had some good transfers, some good signings, but it was followed by disappointment in the last episode. But looking at the table now, that might not be so bad. We're back on form, we're back flying, and hopefully we continue our good run today. So if you are looking forward to this episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. I know it's something slightly different, it's a slightly more niche league. I would encourage anyone to watch the games on BBC Sport Northern Ireland. They've got league games and cup games throughout the season. It's a really entertaining end-to-end league. If you did miss any of the series so far, you can catch up in the eye above. And of course, subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content, including plenty from this series until we get through to the release of FM21. So let's go and have a look at what's been happening since you were last with me. We've got one goalkeeper on trial. We're desperately trying to get in, but the wages aren't sustainable or anywhere near our budget, to be honest. One of the things I'm not so worried about, though, I know the transfer deadline closes at midnight today. Basically, everyone we're bringing in are free agents anyway. So I'm more than happy to wait for the right player and get them on a free, rather than trying to sign players on deadline day when there's going to be loads of the market going. We've got a few injuries, most notably to both of our first choice wide men, and that has caused some difficulty, but we're still plodding along alright. So let's have a look as the finances increase. That's thanks to the Europa League at our recent results. You were with me for the first game of the league season last time out. We lost 2-1 at home to Ballymena with that 90th minute goal. And I was really panicked in that game. But Ballymena play one of the most unusual formations both in real life and is actually probably made more unusual in FM. So I was a little bit concerned about it, but as it stands, it worked out alright. Because after that game, we've been on a brilliant run of form. We won 3-1 away at one of the professional sides, Larne. So for those who don't know, they've just come up to the Northern Irish Premier League for that season. And they've managed to get some good players in. So Jeff Hughes, a lot of EFL fans will remember. He's played for Tranmere, Cambridge, Fleetwood, Notts County, Peterborough and Bristol Rovers. Palace even back in the day. And Lincoln as well. After starting his career in Northern Ireland a long time ago. And at 34, he's a good experienced player, an international. And he's someone that shows just how much quality they've got. But we got a 3-1 victory. McMenamin with a brace and Gormley with his first league goal of the season. That put us in good stead. We followed it up with a 1-0 win against Coleraine. Jamie Harney, the young centre-half, with a goal. Both wingers getting injured in that game. Gormley missing a penalty. And then we played Carrick Rangers. Probably on paper, one of the whipping boys. Did really well in real life to finish 8th when the season was halted. But here, I'd imagine they're favourites to go down. And they are joint favourites. So as a result, that makes plenty of sense. As we're now predicted to finish 2nd by the media. Our signings must have been very good. But against Carrick, it was a first goal for Toby Edser, a brace apiece for McMenamin and Gormley, and then Thomas Stewart getting another one as well to add to that one he got against Ballymena in the last episode. A 1-0 win at home to Warren Point, a really good defensive display by the visitors, but they finally broke down and McCrudden got a penalty with 10 minutes to go. And then a 2-1 win away at Larne in the Bet McLean Cup. A really good performance in the second round. We rested nearly everyone, as did Larne in fairness. And Gormley and Bolger got the goals for us. 2 really good strikes, 2 really good goals. And we have made it through to the 3rd round where we face today's opponents, Crusaders. But that's in about 6 weeks' time. We've got Ards in the 1st round of the Shield. And of course the Irish Cup will be coming up later in the season as well. That one kicks off after Christmas. We've got a couple of tough episodes coming up after this. At the end of September / start of October, we've got Glentoran and Larne in a double header in the league. And Ballymena again with that awkward formation. And then the Tide that are expected to win the league. The Linfield doubleheader comes up at the end of October. So the next couple of episodes are really going to get us settled in. But today is all about Crusaders and transfer deadline day. We're trying to get a little bit of work done. But I think if anything, it might be outs. Because there's a couple of players who's wanted, who we're trying to loan out. Jack Ruddy would be a dream signing in goal. But unfortunately, he wants too much money. He wants to match Joe Gormley on $750 a week. And we just can't afford to do that. So let's go through deadline day, see if anything happens. If not, we'll be back for the Crusaders match. So we've made it to 3 PM. Chris Curran's still not fit and we've got a fixture. There is a lot going on transfer deadline day. Not in terms of sort of big deals, but the professional sides are busy. Some of the bottom sides trying to get people in. We've got a wing-back Connor Pepper. He's gone from Glentoran to Glenarvan on loan. I think he'd only just joined them, had he? He hadn't. I've made that up. But he's gone on loan. He's a good player and he's going to a lower side in the league, which makes other fixtures more challenging. Alexis Andre Jr. from Bristol Rovers to Larne. Good young goalkeeper, actually. Probably one of the best in the league now. So we've got to get into this game and hope we can put in a good performance. We're playing at home to a Crusaders side who are professional, largely aided by the sale of Gavin White and winning the league a couple of years back. They've managed to get themselves lots of European football and some prize money as well. And they've got a good side on paper, a few worth good money, and of course they were involved in our transfer saga in the summer. Callum Nickel, one of them 4 players that we desperately identified to bring in, he chose to go to Crusaders. An extra £100 a week and full-time football. So despite that, they are in 11th place at the moment. After 6 games, they have just 4 points. Linfield a bit further down too, but they've got games in hand. So it's a really bizarre start for Crusaders. So let's go and pick the team. We'll be back in a moment for the lineup, but we're without our 2 first-choice wingers, and I'm sure this is going to be a difficult test, despite the form of the 2 sides. So for the first time in the league this season, we've had to dip into the under-18s. We've managed to get a few players in different positions to cover the lineup, and this is the 11 we've gone for. We've got Brush in goal, who is still our first choice, pending the arrival of that other lad on a free agent deal. McDermott and Ives are the fullbacks, with Shotton alongside Alex Bruce at centre-half. Curran on the right wing, Ryan Curran, not first choice Chris Curran. Story and Edser in central midfield. And McCrudden, who will be an inside forward off the left, will change that once we get into the game, behind Stewart and Gormley, the regular front 2. They've built a good partnership already. We hope that will continue this season. And as we get into it with our normal mentality, we'll be hoping for a good result to start us off. A couple of the under-18s have made it into the bench, and we've also got a lot of defensive options too. But going forward, if these guys starting don't do it, we might be in a little bit of trouble. And there we go. It's a 4-3-3 today for the visitors. Some really decent players in that side, and we're going to have to be careful. And if Nickel gets goals today, I'm going to be very upset. Of course, could have been a superstar for Cliftonville had he wanted to be, but it hasn't worked out that way, so we're going to change McCrudden to an inside forward. That's his preferred role. Curran he prefers to play further forward actually, but I don't know that we can do it. So we're going to leave him as a winger on support. We'll get through the tunnel interview against a professional side. They've had a poor start, but will they pick today to bounce back against our Cliftonville side? 10 minutes on the clock, Ballymena ahead already, and we said in the first game of the season they were almost unplayable, and they're flying at the moment as well. They're doing really well. You've got to be fair to them. They're getting results, they're getting performances, and they're still 1-0 up with a red card. Half an hour gone here, and something is going very differently to normal. Normally in these games, we've been seeing loads of highlights, loads of chances, but as it stands, there's been 1 shot on target, and we've not seen a highlight all match. And as I say that, we've got the ball at right back with McDermott for a throw-in. To Curran. That is the bizarre choice of kits. It's a bit of a clash. I don't quite know why we're not seeing one side in a different kit here. But Edser picks it up in the middle. Chance to go wide. Finds Ives. Edser again to the left to McCrudden. Cutting in as the inside forward. Slightly different to normal. To Curran on the right. McDermott the wing back. Shoots and the keeper saves. Gormley gets there though off the bar. And is cleared away. Off the post, sorry. And it's hacked out for a throw-in by Crusaders. The first big warning sign is taken 43 minutes. But Cliftonville have the golden chance of the first half. Having said that, it's reached half-time. It is 0-0 and it's been a game of very few chances. So we're going to say we're not happy. We'll get into the second half. And although a few of the lads are looking nervous, we'll try and get fired up. As we've got a corner into the box. Headed away by Owens. Out to Curran on the right, whose cross is blocked by Cadell. The holding midfielder doing really well to get across there. Out to Clark on the right. The kits are really a problem here, I can't lie. Dunnigan switches to Burns. Burns gets it wide to Heatley. On the left wing, good challenge by Curran, but still not going anywhere. Into the middle to Nickel. Out to Heatley. Heatley on the left-hand side. Chance to get the ball into the box, but he cuts back instead to Hale. Had a knock for a while, but still going, as Cadell plays it through, and Brush does really well to come and smother that. Claims it just as Owens, the centre-forward, tried to get in. And Brush then produces a brilliant throw to the halfway to McCrudden, to Story. He's got Curran on the right, but goes wide to Gormley instead. The poacher running the channels back to Curran. Into the box towards McCrudden. Heads in under the keeper for 1-0. Not the best chance in the world, but good early crosses again. Good link-up play, good delivery, and although the keeper was beaten softly, it is Cliftonville who deservedly lead 1-0. Crusaders continue their tough start to the season. And I've got to say, looking on paper, I'm looking at the likes of Dunnigan at right back, who looks a much better player than most of ours. Cadell in the holding role as well. Hegarty at centre-half, who was a hero for us at Dungannon Swifts in FM19. A really good central defender as well, formerly of Rangers. But they're just not performing. So we're going to make the most of that and make a couple of changes. Toby Edser looks apprehensive, so it'll be Billy Mitchell on for him, or will it be Bolger? Do we put Story as the deep line playmaker maybe? I think that might be our option. Story as the playmaker, and then Bolger on as a box-to-box or ball-winning midfielder. That'll keep things gritty in the middle. Up front, we haven't really got attacking changes of first team level. At left back, we can bring Donnelly on for Ives. And I think we'll leave it at 2 for now. Curran looks knackered, so maybe late on we can replace him. As Cliftonville are getting pegged back, Crusaders starting to dominate the chances. Curran will now be replaced by the more defensive-minded Foster. And we're just going to ask the lads to demand a bit more. Can they keep it going? 4 minutes plus stoppage time as Story switches to McCrudden. Tries to shoot, but it's blocked as far as Donnelly, the backup left back. And it's cleared long downfield. Oh, Crusaders have gone 3 up front and they've played it round us. Heatley's in. Oh, it's a great save. Brilliant goalkeeping from Brush. Let's go and make tactical tweaks because they have definitely gone 3 up front. They have. 3 in the middle, 3 up front for the visitors. So let's get back to that tactics screen and see what else we can do. I think the fullbacks have to go defend. That's the easiest way to survive it for now. We'll drop Story to a defensive duty in his playmaker role as well. We'll drop Bolger to a defensive duty as a ball winner. And we'll drop Stewart to a support duty as a target man. I think that's about as good as we can do. How many more minutes have we got left? 3. So surely we can start time wasting at this point. Will we get away with it? I think we probably will. Let's drop the defensive line. Let's slow the pace down when we get possession. Let's drop that tempo a little bit. And let's time waste all the time. Be more disciplined. And try and get through this last few minutes. We're going to get rid of that overlap on the right as well. We'll still play it wide because the wingers could be the stars. No one marking them. Crusaders chasing a point. And it's Heatley, the man who missed that golden chance, who will deliver an outswinging corner. To the back post to Thompson. And his header straight at Brush again. Really good performance from the keeper. And we still lead 1-0. 2.5 remaining. Long ball towards Gormley. Brought down. He's the last man. Has to be off. He's already on a yellow card, is he? No, that was his yellow. Gormley brought down. I felt like he could have been in there. Story will take his time with a free kick. They're 6 up. And if we could get a second from the set piece, that would really make things better. And just give us a chance to relax. But we don't even see it. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes added on. And we've got through them. And we've snuck our third 1-0 win of the season. A brilliant performance. A brilliant result. These lads are starting to make me worry. Are they going to be able to challenge for a title? I know Linfield have got games in hand. They will catch us. They'll only be 2 points behind if they win their other one. And we've got to play them twice. But we're definitely going to be in European contention. And we might be progressing quicker than we expected. A really good start with Cliftonville. But I don't want to get excited too soon. It's quite a trait in FM20, starting the season well and falling away. We've been very good at it across all of our saves. So I don't want to get excited just yet. 7 hours of transfer deadline day to go though. We're going to have to realistically sell or loan out to buy or loan in. So let's see if we can do anything. If not, we'll be working in the free agent market in the off window. So the window is closed. Some big news on deadline day. A lot of signings made, 5 in total across the division. And one of those was the club we defeated, Crusaders. They signed another striker. Not the best physically, but at 39, a good finisher. Has played at various clubs in various countries, including Claret Rangers, Dungannon and Glenarvan here, and Linfield as well. So there's one that's going to be bringing out the history books. Lee Duffy on a free transfer to Carrick. Again, looks a decent striker actually. And Chris McGaughy, a young keeper to Warren Point, he's just a backup. In fact, he's listed as first choice. So that shows the difference in quality between the top and bottom sides. But either way, we've had a really good day today. We got another win in the league. We've set a good record of 6 league wins in a row, something we haven't done for a long time. In fact, 6 wins in a row, 5 of those in the league. And we'll confirm our squad in a pretty good shape in a minute as we head into the rest of this season domestically. We're going to be back in around a month's time for 2 of the games between Glentorrent, Larne and Ballymena. 2 of those 3 will be the next episode. And then we've got the Linfield double header. Will we be able to chase the champions? That'll be the proper test of our title credentials. So fingers crossed we'll be able to come out on top in some of those and keep our consistency going. The one thing you have got to worry about until we can get signings is the squad is not deep at all. There's some really good players at the top here, and we've got one or two that we're just about carrying at the moment. But if we get 3 or 4 injuries to first team players, particularly key ones, I don't see how we replace them, and I think we're in a world of trouble at that point. So fingers crossed we can avoid those. I hope you continue to enjoy the series. I'm really loving something different in Northern Ireland. It's a league I've really enjoyed and got entertained by in the last couple of years, and I'm becoming a big fan of. So I hope I can convert 1 or 2 of you as well. If you did enjoy this episode, a quiet transfer deadline day, but a very important win on the pitch, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of our window overall, what you think of our start to the season, and to be honest, our first 11 is up there as second behind Linfield. The issue is our backup 11 is probably lower mid-table, so it's just going to be a case of luck, injuries, and whether we can get through in some of the cup games with our backup side. If you want to stay up to date and make sure you don't miss a minute, please do subscribe and turn those notifications on below. You'll get alerts as daily FM20 content releases on the channel from this series and all of the other ones as well. We've got weekly live streams every Tuesday morning. We chat football, sport, food, among many other things. So please do come and hang out, have a chat if you want. We do play a little bit of Football Manager as well. And the Stadium Review series continues every Sunday as we move along. Hopefully we haven't run out of ground yet, and fingers crossed, we'll be able to get back in the action soon. I'm recording this probably a few weeks in advance, so there's every chance we're back in a football ground now. And that, touch wood, would be the greatest thing for most of us. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for your support as always. Please do check out the podcast in the eye above as well. There's interviews with loads of players from Northern Irish football, as well as many other pros across the game as well. But a big thanks for watching as always, and your continued support of the channel. And I hope to see you next time for a big important episode, as we try to continue Cliftonville's promising start to the Northern Irish Premiership season.